Welcome to Echoes from the Heart, the weekly homily podcast from Immaculate Heart of Mary Parish in Wayne, New Jersey. Each episode offers a moment of reflection, a word of hope, and a chance to let the gospel speak to your life. Thank you for praying with us today.
Carl A. Boyle, a sales representative, was driving home when he saw a group of young children selling Kool-Aid on a corner in his neighborhood. They had posted the typical hand-scrawled sign over their stand, Kool-Aid 25 cents. Carl was intrigued. He pulled over to the curb. A young man approached and asked if he would like strawberry or grape Kool-Aid. Carl placed his order and handed the boy $1. After much deliberation, the children determined he had some change coming and rifled through the cigar box until they finally came up with the correct amount. The boy returned with the change, then stood by the side of the car. He asked if Carl was finished drinking. "Just about," said Carl. "Why?" "That's the only cup we have," answered the boy, "and we need it to stay in business. It's hard to run a Kool-Aid business if you only have one cup. I want to suggest to you this morning that sometimes we make that mistake in the church, and even more often we do it at home. We treat the passing on of faith as though there is only one cup, and we are sure it belongs to somebody else. We hand it to the priest, the catechist, or the Catholic school. We tell ourselves that faith is what happens for 1 hour on Sunday, in this building run by the people whose job it is. And then we go home, set the cup down on the counter, and wait, hoping someone else will pick it up before the children get thirsty." In today's gospel, Jesus is looking out at exactly that situation. Matthew tells us that when he saw the crowds, his heart was moved with pity, because they were troubled and abandoned, like sheep without a shepherd. So much need, so many people. And then he says the line that should stop every one of us: "The harvest is abundant, but the laborers are few." Now we hear harvest, and our minds go far away. We picture mission territories, programs, big crowds somewhere out there. But the first harvest field most of us will ever be sent into is a great deal closer than that. It is the people who live in our own house. It is the husband or wife across the kitchen table. It is the child in the back seat asking questions you are not sure how to answer. It is the grandchild you only see on weekends. That is a harvest, and it is abundant, and the laborers in it are often very few. Notice what Jesus does about the shortage. He does not shrink the harvest to fit the number of workers. He turns to his friends and tells them to pray. Ask the master of the harvest to send out laborers. And here is the part we tend to skip. The very next thing he does, in the very next verse, is answer that prayer himself by reaching for the people standing right in front of him. He summons the 12. He gives them his own authority, and he sends them out. The ones who prayed for laborers became the laborers. The cup got handed to them. Look at who he chose. Fishermen, a tax collector, ordinary people with no special training for what he was asking. He did not wait for the qualified expert to come up the road. He multiplied the cups by putting them into the hands he already had. Our first reading tells us this was always the plan. On the mountain, God tells Moses what he intends his people to be. Not a nation with a few holy specialists up front and everyone else watching. He says, "You shall be to me a kingdom of priests, a holy nation." A whole kingdom of priests. The church has a beautiful name for the first place that the kingdom takes root. She calls the family the domestic church, the church of the home. Which means the parents in this room are not the audience for somebody else's ministry. They are the first priests their children will ever know. The dinner table is an altar. The bedtime prayer is a liturgy. The way you forgive each other on a hard night is the first gospel your children will ever hear preached. So why do we hand the cup away? Why do we keep deciding it belongs to someone holier? St. Paul gives us the honest answer in the second reading, and then he takes it from us. We hold back because we are not sure we are qualified. We know our own home is not perfect. We figure faith should be taught by someone who has it more together than we do. And Paul looks right at that excuse and dismantles it. Christ died for us, he says, while we were still sinners. We did not get our act together first and then get chosen. We were loved and sent right in the middle of the mess. So no parent here gets to say, "I'm not holy enough to lead my family in faith." You do not need to be finished. You need to be willing. And listen to what Jesus tells the 12 as they go. "Without cost you have received. Without cost you are to give." That one sentence is the whole secret of a family and a parish that never runs dry. The faith you carry, somebody handed to you for free. Maybe a mother who prayed over you. Maybe a grandfather who took you to Mass when it would have been easier to stay home. You did not earn it. It was poured into you. And now your job is simply to keep it moving, to pour it into the next pair of hands at your own table. You are not guarding a scarce supply. You are passing along a gift, and there is plenty of it. So let me bring it home. Look at the field God has actually given you. Where, in your own family, is the one cup? Is it the wife who carries the whole spiritual life of the house by herself? The only one who prays? The only one who gets the kids to Mass, while everyone waits at the curb? Is it the grandmother who is quietly the last believer in the family, holding the cup alone and wondering who will take it when she is gone? Is it the part of you that decided long ago that faith was the parish's job, or the Sunday school's job, anyone's job but yours? We all know where those places are. Jesus has a different plan. He prays for laborers, and then he looks for them right where they already are. He looked at fishermen and a tax collector. This morning he looks across your own kitchen and he looks at you. It is difficult to run a Kool-Aid stand with only one cup. It is impossible to raise a family in the faith that way, and it always was. The good news is that our Lord never asked you to do so. He made the home the first church. He made parents the first priests. And whatever small, ordinary thing you bring him, a prayer before dinner, an honest answer to a hard question, a Sunday you almost skipped but did not, he has a long history of multiplying far past what you thought it could do. So this week, do the thing Jesus actually commanded. Ask the Master of the harvest to send out laborers.
Thank you for listening to Echoes from the Heart. If this reflection blessed you, consider sharing it with someone who might need a word of hope today. For Mass times, parish events, and upcoming programs, visit ihm.waynenj.org. God bless you, and may your week be filled with peace and grace.